Okay. Hello,
Hello.
Lauren
What's
Mithra.
up?
Welcome to Business
Shapeshifter.
Therapy. So, okay, what are you feeling today? What's your vibe?
I honestly feel like some of the questions that I've been brewing to ask you over the past week, like I've been churning, and I'm
Mm,
feeling very like, okay, I have some clarity, but I definitely am excited to bring you like where I feel like I've organized myself, and this is where you can like get my, it's nice to have to it's nice to be in another container. Like I'm exhausted always being in charge of myself.
oh my
Um,
God, that's very relatable. Speaking of which, out of curiosity, I'd love to know, how would you describe the helpfulness of like us meeting like weekly, bi-weekly? Like, how has that been for you?
oh my God, it's great. I got like this weird, I don't know if it was like a message or a feeling, but like prior to July, because like July I feel like has been our month. Like this is us like really getting it going with that weekly cadence. And I had this feeling pre-July where I was like, July, like shit will hit different. And then I'm
Mm,
looking back, today's the last day of July. I'm like, July 8th. It was a lot, but July 8th. And specifically like being able to meet with you every week and like I've worked with other people in the past and I've tried like different weekly cadences. I've tried different like spiritually more stuff and like other types of apprenticeships and like people helping me, but you're just I know I'm a lot. I know I'm a lot and I don't feel like I'm too much for you. It's like the
yeah.
first time where I'm like I have someone I can consistently show up to and I can bring you all of me. I can bring you the here's my OnlyFans crap. Here's my I'm a philosopher shit. Here's my I'm making interactive experiences online. Like I can bring anything to you and you're so grounded and realistic and practical even when I'm like up here. I don't know. It's like
Yeah. Yeah, no, I love that. That's my favorite part about yeah, consulting or coaching or whatever you want to call it, is just like seeing like creative people's different passions come together and helping them sort of untangle it and try to make it, yeah, more tangible and more realistic. So yeah, I was just before the call, I was sort of like putting together all your notes because there were many. There's the notes from the form, there's your realizations throughout the week. And yeah, and then there's today, which I know there's always a discrepancy between when we book and now, because all of us creatives are processing 24/7. So I just want to ask first, what, as of now, is your goal for today's call? What do you want to get from today?
specifically um your professional advice on like my idea to rebrand the name of my Substack blog. I
Mm,
feel like that particularly I've been a little stuck on.
yep.
Um, and yeah, so we just recently raised like my OnlyFans price tier. And
Hmm.
even after raising it like maybe $5, I like sat in that. And immediately my gut was like, I want to raise it again, but I knew to wait and talk to you first because like you can't just randomly change prices on people, even though I do believe I think I'm worth more. And I like,
Hmm.
and like I think I want to raise the price to like,
Hmm.
whatever. I just was like, I need to talk to you before I do anything rash.
Okay, cool. So you want mostly, yeah, advice on rebranding of Substack and maybe like your pricing or like your offers.
And then like in terms of, I think one of my main, I guess, business issues is a visibility problem. And I've
Hmm.
shown up consistently every week on Substack for over a year. And that's been super fun and super sustainable for me. I do not believe I can do that same thing on YouTube.
Hmm.
Um, that feels more grinding and forcing. So I guess where I'm at in terms of like I want to keep putting things out there for more visibility, but not in a way that's grinding for me. I guess my idea is like whenever I kind of do culminate one of those larger concepts, like the Ouroboros calendar interactive
Hmm.
system, um, It's popping right now in the Discord.
Yes. It's so cool. Honestly, I'm checking daily. It's amazing.
I love that. So for things like that they reach a point where they're starting to be seen, at that point I can think about packaging it as a YouTube video for visibility, but I don't think I can commit to a consistent cadence on YouTube.
Yeah, that's totally fine. My approach to everything is always go the path of least resistance, and try to find the easiest way to be visible the most possible. So yeah, that's totally fine. Okay, so goal, looking at rebranding of Substack, looking at pricing and offers and visibility issues. That's great because those are things that kind of already came up when I was looking over your notes. Exactly. So this is what we're going to get into now, actually. So I'm going to go through your notes and it will be the great time to kind of explain. So you go by Mithra online. This was a recent shift, right? Are you still feeling good?
That was from you. That was from you. I was still laurenfrankdesign.com before you. All right.
Yeah. So you're still feeling good about that direction?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So years in business, freelance design 10 years, OF 6, music 4. You sell merch on Etsy, you do astrology and alchemical private sessions, erotic content, original music, / stems for DJing, remixing, live performances. Okay. You do a lot. And for the question about sales, you said Etsy was steady going up, OF steady, but I think it's a quite slow and steady sort of.
Very slow.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, turtle pace.
Yes, turtle pace. So we're open to boosting that a little bit, right?
We're open to boosting everything.
Exactly. Okay, yeah. So you said happy clients, talked about the Etsy merch being high quality. People got readings from you, said they were inspired and more optimistic, which is great. And then later at the bottom, I love that you were like, people say about me, I'm hot. And I was like, yes. I think that's a great thing to tap into. So you said you're struggling with everything. Describe, what do you mean?
I forgot I wrote that. No, I think it's just like I feel like, okay, I just watched the Odyssey last night. I am desperately trying to get to a place, but Odysseus knows where he wants to go home. He actually kind of knows what that is. I don't really know. Like, I know I'm desperately trying to go to a place. I don't really know where it is. I just know I'm dead set and nothing can knock me off course. But I feel like I've been reflecting on my life this morning, and I'm like, all these side quests that I'm getting, it's like my life's the fucking Odyssey. So I don't know. That's my answer. But I gotta say, the Odyssey really puts the us in Odysseus.
Yeah, I saw your Substack status there.
So good. So I might watch something and it's stuck in me and then I can't get it out.
Okay, so
back to business.
Yeah, so back to business. So you do a lot. I like that you're prioritizing the different things and like whatever comes up, but definitely your biggest issue, like we've kind of been talking about, is that you didn't have a clean landing page or a clean place for people to convert into clients. So that's definitely something we're going to look at. And the hours you spend on your business, 10. What are those?
I have no idea.
Yeah. You don't track time at all?
It's hard because I think my whole life is low-key my business. Because if I'm like in the pool swimming naked, I'm still like, I'm actually churning out. You know, I mean, it's like, and then also with OnlyFans, it's like if I just am doing something and I just want to hit record while I'm doing something, then it's like my whole life like is like I live my work in terms of like all my like ideas and like concept lab type shit. It's like I'll just, when I'm sitting and journaling, which is supposed to be a personal practice, becomes now I just generated 8 new ideas for articles and other things. So it's like I can't differentiate what is work and what is my life because I live my work in every single aspect.
Yeah. Relatable. So relatable.
I was like, but I do admin stuff once in a while. So maybe I don't know if that counts.
Yeah.
God knows.
So, okay. introduce yourself now, just like, who are you? What do you do? What does your week look like? What are you up to as an artist?
Yeah, day in a life of, okay. I stopped working for other people a while ago, probably at least a year ago now.
In
And
graphic design, right?
yeah, and now I will only design like low key like a flyer for someone if it's like I fucking adore them as a human being and I like their soul. Other than that, like I don't really like to work for other people.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so I wake up, I try to protect my energy from my family that I live with.
Mm-hmm.
So I at least 1 to 2 daily walks a day, no screens. Just that's my daily like meditation practice is just like walking in my favorite park. So really connecting with nature. I be on that shit. Like I'm really into herbs, like hit up my herb garden every day, see how they're doing. I've been lots of foraging, like mugwort, like black walnut, like whatever I'm stinging nettle, whatever I'm finding. I love tea every day. Like I'm Uncle Iroh on that shit. Like tea is my life. Um,
Amazing.
and just overall, like holistic, healthier lifestyle is what inspires me. So although I do definitely binge YouTube and scroll sometimes, and like my wrist will hurt from the technology use, always coming back to my own center. And I've been really getting into like flying trapeze recently, just tried Muay Thai. So experimenting different ways to have fun and like be embodied. I'm so much in my head. I'm so much up here. A lot of my
Mm-hmm.
practice is just bringing myself down. So like I'll do like, barefoot walks every day, climbing trees, paddleboard yoga, like whatever I can. I'm trying to have fun. Like I'm always like, how the fuck can I have some goddamn fun around here? Uh,
Yeah, because it gets really serious in our head when we're trying to figure everything out all the time. But tell me a bit. So you did yoga in the past, you yoga training, you did graphic
I
design.
was a yoga teacher for
How
like
did you
3
get to
years.
DJing? Like, tell me a bit about your journey.
All right, so my parents were like, you have to do graphic design because there's no other way you can ever make any bloody money in this world, and that is it. And my naive ass, I'd been working, so my whole childhood, it's like as soon as I could do anything, I'm working. I'm always working somewhere. I'm always slaving away for my time for minimum wage, doing bullshit, picking up dog shit, whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
my parents like, you have to go to college. I'm like, fuck, okay. I don't know anything. So I go get a 4-year degree from Tyler School of Art, get that graphic design degree, and I roughed it. That was hard, getting a degree. Oh my God. And then
Yeah.
for a year after, not even 9 months, I made it enough my only full-time job I had as a graphic designer. And that was like some of the most depressed I've ever been. I'll give it like top 3, dark nights of the soul. And I didn't even have the balls to quit. I had to low key like force them to fire me because like I didn't have the balls to quit. So
Yes.
yeah, I did that. I don't really know how much I want to get into like I was like,
Yeah,
I
you
can
have to get
sustain
it.
myself as a creative. And I had odd jobs at like coffee shops, house sitting, whatever. And was freelance design starting from college, through like that era. After that full-time job ended at a creative company that made me want to off myself. I
They have
I was
bean bags and a foosball table.
like, fuck it. No, like, for real now. No, that was it. How did you know? I just full metal went, I'm a yoga teacher now. Spiritual
Yeah,
journey. Fuck all this material capitalism. So I
yeah.
just back to back to back did 3 yoga teacher trainings. For I don't even know why, but I spent thousands of dollars on that. And then I realized I can't make any money teaching yoga, and it's not worth my ability to hold space for other people. I would hold a container
Mhm.
and be emotionally drained for working, $25 for an hour of emotionally regulating 20 plus other people. So it
Yeah.
just that industry just blows chunks, and I can't even go to a yoga class half the time anymore without like resenting it. It's honestly, it's like I watch people get hurt and get injured because it's all bullshit and it's all spiritual bypass. And I'm a hater. I'm a hater at my core.
I'm all about that haterade. Honestly, I
I'm
think
all
it's like,
about it.
yeah, but there's a way in which like I love when people can have sip the haterade but have a distance from it. Like you don't actually
Yeah.
like
Like, I
get
have love for
positive.
everyone, but I'm
Yeah,
just, if you ask me my opinion, it's gonna be brutally honest, and no one's gonna
yeah,
like it.
yeah. Well, your story just reminded me of something I wrote the other day on my notes, which was this memory I had because I saw somebody Substack saying like, I spent 40K on like trying to promote my book and I only sold like 3 or something crazy.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, you have to ask people who are in the position you want to be in, like what the reality is before investing that much money or time. And it's like, I'm sure if you would have asked any yoga teacher how much they really make, they would have been honest and told
Yeah.
you that most don't make a lot. And I realized I got that lesson from my mom because when I was finishing high school, I was like, oh, I think I'm going to be a hairdresser because my friend is going to hair school. And it was like either we go to public school for $600 or like private hair school for 10K. And she was like, I'm not against investing in your future, but I need to know, is it worth the 10K? Let's go. She walked me to the local hairstylist and we asked all of them what they thought about that. And they all said that because here, at least in Canada, the sort of like government legal basics for the hairstyling is the same, whether you're in private school or public. So they were like, save your money, go to public. And if you have extra money, spend it on like, specializations with like, hair companies that teach classes or like specialists, etc. And just that one experience has shaped everything I've done after, because I always, like even now in publishing a book, like asked so many people I knew who were in that industry, and everyone was very clear, like this is not a place where most people are making a lot of money. So when I saw that post, I was like, oh my God, like what were you thinking to spend 40K? You could have had 40K in the bank. And like, anyways, so yeah, sorry, that was my tangent on
No, but
that.
that's such a good insight, and shout out to your mom for teaching you that, because my parents taught me to just keep fucking yourself over. And I feel like that's why my life feels like the Odyssey. And it's like, how many fucking side quests did I just go lose more of my men at because I listened to what my parents told me to do? And what
Yeah,
society expects us to do, which is like shit and piss all your money into certifications and degrees you're never going to use.
yeah, no, exactly. It's the over investing in structures that actually don't serve us at all, or
Yeah.
rarely do, unless you're a doctor or a lawyer or whatever. Okay, we're gonna shift. So
Take me there.
we're going to get more now into like looking at your website, looking at the details to kind of, I guess, flesh this out. So we've been talking about, actually, let me share the screen again. Entire screen.
I can't imagine being the person that has to guide me, because I'm just like, I'm a whole herd of cats in one person.
Okay, we're gonna wrap up the notes because you had a bajillion notes. You talked about, yeah, like you're kind of like an ideas person. You had a lot of working ideas here. Do questions you'd like take on? Is there a stronger name? Okay, yeah, we'll get into that a little bit after. What I want to look at first is the, visibility plus engagement equals sales formula, in which we need to understand what the hell do you actually offer if we're going to talk about what type of content you should be making to sort of like funnel or move people through to that. So where have you settled right now when it comes to what do you want to offer? So what do you want people to hire you for right now? What feels like the most, like the top priority for August, let's say?
What do I want people to hire me to do? Like, what do I want to do?
Yeah.
I guess so. Like, my ideas that I've been fleshing out as the interactive artifacts, like I've already mentioned, the Ouroboros calendar. I would love for like some type of like techie app developer, web developer type person to like, check out that artifact, and maybe they don't understand the deeper systems design behind the like actual divination and like more mystical part of it, but they're going to see it as like, this is a system people fuck with, even if they don't fully grasp it. But I would love to have that tech kind of person come in and want to take it and make it into something, take it and run with it farther, and keeping me, as that kind of like when the movie has the book person, you're like, well, we'll have the person who wrote the book or who made the idea have some say still. I kind of just want to be that idea person that gets to, I'm like, bleh, I throw up some shit. And they're like, that could be really good as a full meal. And I'm like, you do that. I'll be here to consult. So I guess consulting, I guess like I want people to just like, even just like come with me with all of their shit, like their projects, and just want someone to see the blind spot of like, why doesn't this feel like they have a project? They're like, why doesn't it feel mythical? Why doesn't it feel deep and resonant? And I can kind of like be that person to like orient their ideas to being like, like you want some magnum opus type shit? Let's fucking go. I'll rock your world. So it's hard for me to figure out how to actually be in the right rooms and get people to fucking notice me and like what the fuck I is. Because like the type of shit I be on, like no one expects it. No one knows how to find me. Like I'm like this secret like fucking dragon just wearing sheep's clothes and no one fucking.
So here's the thing. Do you want your main goal in August to be making connections with people in the tech world who you might be able to collaborate with for that calendar?
But that always feels so like graspy and reachy to me. You know what I mean? Like
Why?
I've been like reaching out to people my whole life for shit. And the best things always happen when it organically just falls out of thin air and just organically happens.
Is
And like
that aligned with your human design?
Yeah, the projector, I'm supposed to wait for the invitation, which fucking blows chunks because I'm impatient.
Okay, so then that means that you need to, show up in a specific way in order to, be visible to those people.
I need to be a flower, and y'all motherfuckers need to come sniff me out and shit.
Yeah. Okay. So, but then we need to define a tangible, measurable goal for August. Do you want
tangible, measurable goals? That's your job.
Do you want to get paid for something? What do you want to get paid for?
I would like money. I just want to receive money like for existing, because it's like I have so many offerings that I'm putting out consistently. Like, and occasionally I get tips and like money from music, but it's so minuscule. And with Substack, I make at most $40 a month on there, even though I post every week.
Let's get to the point here. What can people pay you for easily online right now? Substack?
They can buy my Etsy merch.
Oh yeah.
They can buy shit.
Substack.
They can book a reading with me if they want a reading, or they want alchemy sesh or consulting.
Okay.
Like I have too much shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. We're gonna have to reel it in.
How? Okay, how can you reel in a tornado?
Etsy merch, meeting, sort of like consulting style.
And then like the OnlyFans thing, it's like everything. I have so many income streams, but they all generate like a pretty like low key amount of money.
Yeah.
I'm like an octopus. I have 8 hands. I'm the 8 limbs of yoga. I'm the 8-fold path. The 8.
Which of your offerings has like the most sort of like profit, I guess, or costs you the least amount? I guess that would be like Substack and OnlyFans.
Like cost me the least amount of what? Time, energy?
Yeah, time, energy, money.
I guess ideally it's like I've determined like my rate is like at least 500 an hour. It's like ideally I would just have people that want to book me for an hour of my time and just kind of do that.
But right now with your offerings, that's not really easily accessible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No, solve my life.
Yeah. Okay. So these offers, your Substack, your Etsy, your we're going to call it meeting consulting. That needs to be more defined for sure. It needs to be more clear. And then you have your music. The way people pay is by streaming, or how does it?
So I get tips on SoundCloud.
Okay.
As well as DJs will DM me and ask to like buy wave files or stems and stuff. I don't have a Bandcamp. And I was gonna start like posting music stuff on Patreon instead of selling directly on DM. I was gonna have artists subscribe to Patreon, and then you can get consistent music stuff.
That's a really good idea.
I made that a tier already.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So here's the thing. So if you think about your offer, all the things you have to offer, your like all your content, like whether it's Substack or Instagram or YouTube, naturally it has to connect to that. And not in like the, you know, the sales way, like I was talking about on the podcast, like not in this cheesy, like, you know, call to action type of way, but naturally you're an artist. All of these things are connected to you, but there has to be a way to naturally integrate them so that people kind of slowly discover these different parts of your world and or see like that there's a benefit or something interesting there. Because what you do have to offer is interesting. Your music is really cool. Your Substack's super interesting. Your Etsy merch has a niche sort of crowd for sure. And we don't know much about your consulting type meeting stuff. So we need to find a way to bring more people in. Substack's not like the best visibility tool, I find.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Yeah, it's a really slow, really slow. So yeah, so we need to figure that out, and we need to figure out, you know, the who would want what, in the sense, who are your clients when it comes to the Etsy merch?
Well, who are they already? Because like
Yeah.
right now it's people who like Avatar: The Last Airbender. Those are my top clients because my
Yeah.
Rava rash guard is my top seller. Like I have the Rava, the Vat2,
Yeah.
like the Flume bikini as well. So I guess fans of something, but yeah, it's mostly the Avatar fans.
Okay. And so example, just from that alone, like where are you putting content with this shirt?
I mean, I put it on TikTok, but that didn't get me anything. I put it on Instagram. I feel like Etsy naturally drives all the traffic for those sales.
Okay. But you definitely could benefit from making reels with
Yeah.
that top. And also, do you have, is your music on reels? Like, are you able to put your music?
So like it's weird. Like TikTok lets me use all my music. But
Mhm.
because I'm an AI music producer, everyone's gonna come hate me in the comments. Instagram and Meta doesn't let me use most of my songs on.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. That is interesting. But if you put the audio,
I can just use the audio myself and
yeah.
upload it. It doesn't let it like be a song.
Okay. Then yeah, I think you should just create your own
Yeah.
original audio. Um, I think, yeah, I think there's a huge opportunity there, because the thing with the Avatar Last Airbender is that this is so niche, but the people who are obsessed are really obsessed. So while some of them might be on Etsy, a lot of them might be elsewhere or even on Pinterest or like other places looking. So it would be super
But it's
helpful.
like I don't like when I imagine like what I want to do. It's like I don't want to make reels. Like I don't want to be like trying to do like it's like I don't like I've tried like I posted like a TikTok and like maybe 2 reels about it, but other than that, it's like I just if I don't feel like I want to, like I can't really. It's hard to make myself do stuff that I don't want to do. I
Yeah,
just
so
don't
that's your
care.
biggest
It's like, I'm
challenge.
so passionate about so many other things that it's like, why am I wasting my time doing this bullshit I don't want to do?
Okay, so then if you don't want to make money from that, you don't care about the Etsy, where I
I don't
need
care
you
about
to,
anything. I don't care about money. That's my issue. Is like I don't
yeah,
care.
yeah, you don't care
I
about
just like
money.
making shit. I don't care about business. That's why I'm here.
Yeah. So then, okay, so we can reverse engineer this a little bit. So you still need to have a clear, so okay, let's look at the website right now. So, okay, you included your links here. Awesome. Is it possible that I can, okay, I could click them
Most of
if,
them work. I think like one of them I think Etsy I might have to update. Let's see. Yeah, I
yeah,
have to
okay. Etsy has to update the YouTube. That works. Okay, cool. So all of these links are there. That's great. Love this. When we click it,
Patreon, which I still got to upload more stuff to Patreon.
okay. Okay, cool. So that's kind of good. What do you,
Kind of good.
yeah, the issue I'm seeing there is that the immediate pull to Patreon is like, it's almost too soon, I think.
Yeah. I need
I
to put
feel,
another
I think
layer.
you should put your quiz. I think you need to have the quiz there.
The alchemy quiz.
Yes,
From
I
alchemy.
really, I really think that once you give that, that will really help, because people need to be more impressed. So like this is like
Yeah.
so beautiful, and like I'm like, oh my God, I want to dive into that world. And then I get to Patreon and I'm like, ugh, like it's all
Yeah.
like white
So
and there's a lot
should
of text
the
and like
quiz, the quiz does link back to my website, but should the
mhm.
quiz link to something else?
I think the quiz should link to a form that emails you their results, and then you would offer them a sort of yeah, an offer. What would your offer be? What do you think they need next, you know?
Mm,
So that's sort of
yeah.
what I would do, because that would help you. It would be like what people call a lead generator. It would help you open the conversation with people. So it could be also that they answer the questions of the quiz, and then in order to get the answer, they have to put their email, and then you both get the form results or something like this, you know? But I think that would be super, that would just translate better because it would show what you know already. Like it would show something unique that no one else offers. It would show where they're at in their journey. So I think it would convert better that way, at least for now. And or the other option is this button, instead of going to the sort of post page, would maybe go to the membership, specifically the membership, if it's possible. That is like the most relevant
Yeah.
for them. Yeah, whatever one is like most relevant. But even then, you can see how clashing this is with like this is like a dark world you want to dive into, and then this one's like, ugh, like it's like there's just
Reality. Oh.
yeah, exactly. So so I think there needs to be room to dive deeper, and I think the best way would probably be your quiz. And it's totally fine if it's not perfectly like coded right now and you're still working through it. It's like, this is my beta like quiz, like fill it out, let me know what you think, and then you get the conversation started, you know? So that would be my recommendation there. And yeah, this is cool. So for the contact collab spot, I would definitely say, yeah, you need more here. So like when you say project details, that's really like broad. So ideally what you would want is to put a drop-down menu with the exact projects you want right now, so that you're kind of holding people's hand towards what you want. So it could be, you know, do you want to meet for like an alchemical sort of conversation? Do you want to meet for producing? Do you want to meet for, you know, you have to put the options there, because otherwise like people don't do well with too open containers. They sort
Yeah,
of are
you have to contain them. People want to be led. You must lead the sheeple.
exactly.
You must contain them.
Exactly. So already this is like pretty good, I think. So if I would just fix this contact form, fix your Etsy link, and just figure out where you want this button to go.
Yeah.
So this is already way more you than your old website. And so yeah, this will already be super, super helpful. But okay, so if you want your August goal to not be like a specific money, like I want to be hired for this or whatever, you're what do you want to do? You want to just create? Like you want to, what do you want?
I didn't think this far ahead about August. I've never even considered August. I was in the mindset of August. Like it never clicked that there would be August.
August. Dead.
You caught me out. I'm like, I don't know. Because it's like
yeah.
where I'm at is like, I'm very like so my Dick and Balls insurance music video, not music video, YouTube video, that I'm inspired to finish because it was a genuine collaboration, and it's stupid. It has no, you know, most of my work has such deep purpose that like, and also look at the Dead Bat and Resin video that got a lot of views because it was stupid. Like there's no point to it. I don't even finish the thing. It's you know, it's like, and I realized like with YouTube, like that's my thing, is like I can't try too hard. I lose all of it. It has to just be absolute slop. So I'm like I'm making this AI slop video that I'm so excited about, but it's voiced over by a real voice actor. And it's so hilarious to me because it's like AI, you're watching AI slop, you got a real voice actor, dick and balls insurance. So I think it's like, and I think like being visible, I think it's got to be in some retarded ass ways like that. It's like stupid, doesn't make any sense because I'm so deep and philosophical about everything else that I just have to just shit into the void, you know, at some point. So making slop. August is for making slop. And I have YouTube videos I haven't finished. Like the Book of the Seer animation is a super actual, more deeper YouTube video. And the audio is already on SoundCloud and Spotify, but I have 3 out of 8 minutes animated already. And this is my last time I'm ever going to animate myself. I'm done animating.
Okay, here's your thing. I think it sounds like your goal for August is to explore, create, and be seen.
Yeah.
I think this is really where you're at. Because if you're not stressed about money and you don't really care, then I think what you need to do is practice finding ways to be visible, whether it's YouTube, Reels, Shorts, whatever.
Just have fun being...
But in a way that's authentic to you, and a way that's repeatable at a decent frequency.
Yeah, finding what's sustainable for me. Yeah.
Finding what's sustainable visibility-wise. Because I think there's so much room for you to be showing up in who 𝒔𝒕𝒉𝒂 is. Because I think you haven't fully stepped into 𝒔𝒕𝒉𝒂. This is like new, this website, and like the DJ thing has been happening for a while, but no longer having the Lauren Frank, it's time for you to show up as 𝒔𝒕𝒉𝒂. I don't know why I don't have 50 reels of 𝒔𝒕𝒉𝒂 being a hot ass bitch with her music on the background and like.
Hey, my bio says I'm a dormant goddess. I'm a dormant goddess.
Or you in your hammock, like we were saying in the Discord channel.
You just want me to spam social media with shit? It's like I can't get it in me to care enough to play the game the way everyone else is playing. Like I just don't like. Yeah. I can't get.
But then here's your issue. So here's the thing. Then, if you don't want to be visible on social media channels, and you don't want to create connections with people on X or in tech to try to create what you want to create, how the hell is it going to happen?
Exactly. Well,
because
it's like.
I'm all for people coming to you. I agree. If that's your style, that's fine. But if you're not visible anywhere,
I would love to go to like the Claude has these like in-person events where it's like these like, you know, code for everyone event. And like, I would love to go into these spaces and like, you know, I'd love to do stuff like that. Like there's in-person things I want to do and like go be seen at. And like with YouTube, I want to be seen. Like I want to post more videos and do that, but it's like posting to social media. I know that's like I could potentially be seen, but it's like I feel like it's too much. It's too overwhelming. It's like I gotta just hone in and just do YouTube at least for like a month. Like social media is too much.
So is YouTube again?
YouTube is my social media. Yeah, I'm claiming that because it's like, you know, a girl can dream. Let a girl dream.
Yeah. But what do you mean dream? What's the dream?
Like social media, like, okay, so like Instagram, TikTok, it feels like absolute slop, like dog shit to me. Like I'll go on sometimes, but I generally just like, if I'm and maybe it's like, I can't be biased, but it's like, I like watching YouTube more than I like those other social media. Yeah, so it's like, that's fine. My logic. It's like, okay, like, because you can actually find some like, really, like, I don't know, you can learn stuff on any platform technically, but I don't know.
There's more niche and more people looking for unique things, I think, on YouTube, even though there's a lot of slop. But here's the thing, your strategy or your technique could be that your Instagram bio says on YouTube, you know what I mean? Like that's, you know, and this is the links and that's it. Like you don't have to, it doesn't have to be active, but yeah, choose a channel and practice being seen, but practice, like I said, a way that's sustainable for you. And I want to show you something. So I just started exploring with YouTube this last week. And I want to show you because it's so funny what works on, what's been working on Shorts, okay? It's literally...
How are you doing it?
Yeah, so I maybe got like subscribers this week or whatever, but it's literally reels like this, which are just like reminding freelancers to like clock in, reminding them to go outside. So I'm literally just taking B-roll of my life that I already have, and I'm writing a text on top that's saying something relatable to whoever like will likely relate with me or my work, you know? So when I'm saying create content, I'm not saying you have to, you know, lay out your 7 steps of alchemy or, you know, say a sermon in your hammock, because I do want that. But if you don't want to do it, don't do it. Like, you can literally just take like your B-roll of nature, of art, of anything you think is cool, and just place like your fucking mantras. You're always saying things, lyrics from your rap music, lyrics from your songs, like what you truly think, you know, like it can be like, I don't know, like a fucking dead bird you see and you write like a thing that, you know, of like what that means for you. So it shouldn't be complicated is ultimately what I'm trying to say. I think you might be putting the bar too high on the type of, you know, shorts or videos when you're thinking about creating content. Is that possible?
It's possible, but it's also like I've done it in the past where I've tried to just like use things I have and just make stuff, and it just feels like, what's the point of this? Like, if the point of this is just to try to like, I don't know, it's really rough because it's like I like to go where I feel like most called, or where I feel deeper meaning, or I just feel like
So
inspired.
where are you finding meaning right now?
It's like I'm just taking it like day by like I don't think I'm someone who posts every day, you know what I mean? I don't like the weekly Substack thing is great. I want to be seen. Like, I'm aiming for like a YouTube video a month or more. You know, I think I can get 2 out for August, to be honest. The Dick and Balls and the Book of the Seer. So we'll have both slop and something actually meaningful.
What got in the way of that happening? Because our last meeting you said you were going to do that. So
I was just waiting for the voiceover file, and I got it. So now I can just edit it, and it'll probably take me like an hour to edit, and then it's done. So it's like I can put that out probably pretty soon.
okay. So when it's out, what are you going to do to promote it? You're just putting it out and that's it?
I'll put it on YouTube. I'll put it in a few different Discord channels. Maybe I'll put it on, I think I'll put it on Reddit. I'll send it to some friends. I'll probably try to make some shorts of it for YouTube Shorts. Like, that will be like a little bit annoying, but like I'll be like, I came this far.
I think you need to do shorts for sure. And like I told you, something interesting I found is that you can like republish. So you can put like, you can make 3 reels that are good, 3 shorts that are good, you can publish them and then republish them, like, and it just will kind of keep giving it to the feed. So yeah, I think the reason I mentioned that is because a lot of times artists put things out and you just ignore the marketing process. And
so I guess, like, in terms of back to sustainable content to put out, like I did that one video on my YouTube where it's just like a looping GIF, but then it's just me talking for like however long. And like, I guess after I posted that one, I just like, you know, obviously I didn't. No, it's a video, not a short.
Oh, okay.
It's the one with the face on the right. Yeah. So that is just kind of slop me just talking, and like, it's not supposed to make sense. It's supposed to have people be like, what even is this? And I think that's what inspires me. Like, there's a creator, Dan Henschel, and his videos are very like, what the fuck even is this? Is this real? What am I watching? And like, I like that style. Like, it's confusing on purpose. And so I tried doing that, and I think because I had no immediate, you know, like there was, you know what I mean? It's like no one responded to it, so I gave up. But I think if that's the kind of content I want to make, then I just got to keep doing it.
Yeah, I was just going to say you have to keep doing it, and you just exposed something there because you're saying you don't want to, but you do because you didn't get the feedback you wanted, and so you gave up. So are you doing it for you, or are you doing it for attention or for validation?
Well, it's like I like experimenting with different ways to make stuff, but it's hard because it's like in both my walking life and like my internet persona life, like I don't really feel seen 99.99% of the time. So like I don't, you know what I mean? It's like my natural default state is being like an extreme loner. And then so like anything I do, it's like I have a wound about being seen and like visibility. I think I always have. Like my first nickname ever in my life was Lauren Lion. But when I was young, like I would always like sit like crunched over to the point where like kids in class would be like, your stomach must hurt all the time because you always sit like that. You know what I mean? Like to the point where my posture's terrible because I'm like hiding myself. Like my whole life I've just been this like turtle, like don't look at me, don't observe me, scared of
Mhm.
being seen. So it's definitely a deep lifelong wound,
Mhm.
to go from the cowardly lion to the shining lion, whatever.
Okay.
It's
Here's
rough.
the thing.
It's
I
rough.
I think like that content piece, it's 11 minutes and something. 100% you should be chopping that up into shorts. And I think you need to tweak something in your head because this is really cool. And you released it, but like I said, you didn't have a marketing plan for it. You didn't put it into shorts. You didn't put it into the pool. Yeah, the slop pool. But how else do you think people are going to find it? And the
Yeah.
thing is,
And
these things,
I could probably pay for like a platform to cut it up into shorts for me. And if that
oh yeah,
makes it sustainable,
Cap,
then that's worth
CapCut,
the investment. Yeah.
dude, I made like 21 reels in 1 hour the other day by rolling on the floor with CapCut and just at my house, rolling on the floor, going through B-roll, going through this, just finding different ways, and then scheduled it for the whole week because that's the thing. In the beginning, it's research mode. It's research mode. We're not trying to win. We're not trying to win.
Yeah.
And it's clear that you don't care about winning. So we're not trying to win. We're just trying to see what resonates with people. And not because we're completely trying to bend to them, but it's just interesting to see. And I think it's interesting to see when you put the least amount of effort, what actually makes people interested in you. And it's like, it's always a tiny seed. So you shouldn't be putting a ton of energy into the reel or the short. You should be putting more energy into that video because that's kind of where the quality is. So I think all of this is telling me that you need to practice showing up visibly online at a higher frequency, but in a way that you like, and in a way that you like the content, in a way that you are like, this is cool. You need to show your creations. You need to show your creations. Are you resistant to do that because you feel like it would make you like everyone else or that you're like trying to do what everyone else is doing?
I struggle making I make really cool, potent things
Yeah.
by myself. I struggle making them accessible, I guess, for like the internet to find and explore. Like I feel like the only way I could actually make a video explaining and like having the true value of the Ouroboros calendar come across would be to like have, to be on a call with someone else and have them like be asking me about it because I get so passionate by talking to people, and if I'm
Mhm.
not like talking to someone directly about it, like I don't care. I don't care. I don't want to explain it to anybody. I don't want to sit in front of my camera alone and explain something.
I don't think you need to do that though. This is the thing. You need to show, not tell. You need to show your art because what you do, whether it's the music, the calendar, the whatever, you need to show it because it is so different that naturally the person is going to want to understand more and they're going to go into it to find out more. Don't talk about it in that way. So when I say that, it's like it could be a screen recording of you doing like showing your result of the calendar today. It could be a screen record of you doing the test. It could be like when I say take B-roll and put a text over it, it's like it could be a B-roll of that morning, your morning walk, and you write like today's whatever your Ouroboros calendar says. You know what I mean? Like, and people be like, "What's that? I haven't heard of that," and then they'll dig into it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's rough like feeling it like in my body, in my chest of like how badly I don't want to make short form content. Like it just
Yeah.
like it I guess it's just like, and I guess it's like I don't have to spend my whole life doing it. It's like, can I just make, you know, 2 shorts a week? Like what's the bare minimum that I can like make myself?
Have you ever used the CapCut app?
Yeah, but I guess I just like editing like I don't know, like however like I feel that day. Like sometimes I edit in iMovie, sometimes I edit in Premiere, sometimes I edit just like in Instagram or in TikTok.
Okay,
Um,
your video, like because you use AI to do some of the video, right?
mhm.
Can't you ask it to do to create a short out of it or to cut it up or
Probably. Well, I think like in terms of long form content, I don't think I can sit down with the intention to make a short from scratch. But if you're saying just cut up existing content, make
Mhm.
it short and just post them, it's like okay, like I can probably convince myself to try.
Yeah. I think you're in an exploratory phase, and I think that you can avoid showing up in those places, but it is costing you. So I think you're gonna have to sit with the cost of being hidden. Because here's the thing that you need to remember. This happens a lot with like very creative big minds. If a tech person was to knock on your door tomorrow and say they want to make an app with you, are you ready? Do you have something to prove? Do you have
Yeah,
what you
I have the artifacts, the interactive artifacts. I've made like, I have like 8 to 15 interactive artifacts. Obviously, I think like top three, one of them would be the Ouroboros calendar.
so
But it's
then
like I have stuff. I'm ready to have people like want to make shit with me.
okay, so then why aren't you being visible in those places? So what about X? You
So
mentioned
I'm just supposed to grind and just desperately like yearn after people to collaborate with me.
no, no, you're always thinking of the worst case scenario.
I told you I'm a hater.
You're always thinking about the worst possible way of doing things. And this is the issue with artists and business,
I think
okay?
it's because I was raised by two pessimistic people with terrible mindsets.
That is
But I'm
highly,
going to take accountability because I'm an adult now and it's my problem.
yes. Okay, here's the thing. I almost think Twitter X. Okay, no, that's not what I would want you to do. First off, you'd have to be on X. Second, in your way, who you are, your essence puked on X.
So
You
just shit post for fun.
not necessarily, it can be shit
What
post,
if
but
I
it
told you I was shit posting on X for fun and then I stopped?
that's possible. But if you need to put your ideas out there. So you need to find a way to almost like your X can be like it can be your portfolio where you show these ideas that you're creating. It can be a post that says where the spiritual techies at. It can be you commenting on other people in that industry, their stuff and seeing what they're up to. It can be like this sort of online networking, but in an authentic way. It doesn't have to be like in a LinkedIn type of way,
Yeah,
you know?
I would not want to ever be on LinkedIn.
There you go. So, but then if you're going to use X, you want it to be that if they land there, they see your cool ass shit. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, whoa, what's this? I haven't seen this. You know what I
So
mean?
like how much time a week do I have to spend on all this shit I don't want to do?
If you're okay with nobody finding things and if you don't want to be anywhere than where you are, you don't have to do anything. But there's
But I have
clearly
to do something because I'm like the definition of madness. Like I do the same thing and I expect different results.
exactly, which is most of us creative people. So when I say this is the other thing, I think there's like a thing drilled in a lot of us where we think we all have like these channels, these marketing channels, these social media channels that we have to show up a certain way. You don't have to do anything. Like you don't have to do anything. But can you challenge yourself to find a fun way to be on X, a way that's inspiring or exciting for you, where you're just like looking for specific things
I can
or
try.
posting?
I can dip my toe in and see where I end up.
Yeah, it's literally like, do you think I'm like, oh my God, these shorts were so cool? No,
But I
no,
just
but
it's like I know there's like some level of like I have to do stuff I don't want to do and some level of grind and it's just like I guess it's a process to find the ways in which each thing is going to be sustainable for me, and I have to learn by doing.
Yeah, you have to learn by doing, but you also have to learn by prioritizing. So like to a certain degree, you can juggle a few projects for sure, but I think that it's either you focus on trying to connect with tech people to see if that's an interesting like world for you, if people are ready for what you have to offer. Um, or you can play around with YouTube, or you can do a bit of both, but like it has to be clear what you're getting, because this is another issue I see with creatives in business or trying to make money, is that the circle of burnout or whatever comes from never defining what you're after, never defining what it is you're even trying to achieve. And so you're just doing a million things all the time, and you never can stop to be like, wow, I achieved it, or wow, I
Never
did it.
stop. I'm in a hamster wheel.
Exactly. It's just a
It will
hamster
never
wheel.
end.
It's a hamster wheel. But I think the reason is like there's a vulnerability to choosing and to trying and not getting. But like if you don't get, you just pivot a little bit and change your technique or decide to go a different route. That's fine. But if you never go all in, you're never going to know.
So what would it look like for me to go all in?
Well, first you have to choose. Is it you want to go all in on learning more about the tech world and seeing if there's space for you as somebody in the middle of like AI tech?
I don't feel that hungry for it right now. I guess it's like the path of least resistance is to finish the long form YouTube content I'm making, and then make shorts of that and start posting that. And you know, maybe I'll even put those shorts on TikTok and Instagram, you know, to appease the karma gods of the social media world and the internet hellscape. And because I believe it's on too. Like I think like the whatever, like all this social media stuff, like it's all gonna die. You know what I mean? It's like I don't see it as investing. I know like people see it as like investing in visibility, but it's like I feel like it's all just like just decaying in front of our eyes. I don't
Why do anything?
I just like making stuff and suffering.
Exactly. So
I love
this is the
suffering.
thing. This is your thesis is I like making things. Make it known. Make it known. Show us. Show us. Because if we look at your online content right now, it is not obvious. Aside from your Substack once a week, your website, it's not obvious you like to make things. Your YouTube doesn't look like you like to make things. Your Instagram doesn't look like you like to make things. So if anything, that is your goal. How do I make it obvious that I like to make things?
I like to make things. Posting more shit I made. But it's like
you can have a portfolio. Like this is the other thing. Your YouTube can be a portfolio. Your website could be a portfolio. Your Etsy can also be seen as a portfolio. I think you're choosing to see it as content, and it's making you feel shitty about it or not wanting to partake in it. But a YouTube can be a fucking movie or a short movie or really well thought out. It doesn't have to be just a piece of content.
Yeah.
I think it's like
I always struggled with like finishing.
yeah, this is the ADD, like fucking ADHD shit, of course.
And it's like it's hard because like I'm my own, like I live in my own vortex, and like you know, perhaps I need more external structure and internal structure.
But here's the thing, you don't, I mean, it's like, and it's annoying, I'm sure, you don't even have to finish. You just have to post it.
I would like to finish.
Yeah, we would like.
It. But I mean, that's what's funny is like because the one video on my YouTube that ever got views was the dead bat, which is funny because the project that I was doing like never actually finishes in the video. Like I think my content style is edging. I just edge everything. Nothing gets done.
That's it. There you go. You are an artist who edges projects. That is your thing.
That's my thesis. I like edging project. I like making stuff and never finishing.
Edging projects, edging men on OnlyFans, edging everyone. Maybe that's what it is. You're edging. You're always on the edge of a breakthrough. That's what there's like an edge of a finish, edge of a breakthrough, edge of a realizing. There was a while back where I created some yeah, I too don't always like finishing things, love starting, classic Aries. And I decided for a while to just put out some projects that were literally titled panic projects, under the guise that it was just me in a frantic frenzy doing something that I didn't want to finish, but that I still thought had value for other people. So you can have a part of your portfolio or playlist on your YouTube that's like, you know, unfinished business or whatever, or like works in progress, but show people. I think what you have is like super, super unique. And because you're feeling maybe a little bit of perfectionism around trying to have this perfect thing, or maybe also trying to hope that things land, but then not wanting to own that you want it to land, I think like there's some tension there. So technically we are supposed to be wrapping up the call. So what I do want to do is talk though about your Substack really quickly, because you mentioned that you want to potentially change the branding.
Yeah, it's just called The Practice, and it's not searchable at all. There's a million Substacks called The Practice. I just want to change that. Like, I think the color scheme is fine, like everything else is fine. I just want a different name for it. And I considered the Book of the Seer, but it might get confused with, because like the YouTube video I'm making is the Book of the Seer, which is like this like mythic story, and then it's also like the same audio as on Spotify and SoundCloud. So like it could kind of get confused with that, but that's also how I plan to get people to come back to this, is the Book of the Seer YouTube video. The goal is to get that to bring people to the Substack. So I was like, okay, it could have the same name and not be too confusing. So I wanted your opinion.
Yeah, I think playing around with it, because you can change the name, no problem.
Yeah.
It doesn't change your link, right? Or does it?
No, right now the link is still
graphic design is my burden. Yeah.
Well, that's my handle, but the Substack link I think still brings you to like Lauren Frank Design or some. I gotta go in and like change it somehow. See? Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, feel free. I mean, change it. Who cares? I don't think anybody. I think people who follow you are following you. They don't really care about the name, the thing. So definitely try. Everything's an experiment. That's the thing. Everything's an experiment, and I think what's getting in the way of your visibility is your overthinking, and yeah, you're trying to maybe show up, or you feel pressure to show up in a way that's not authentic, but nobody's forcing you to do that. And I think precisely your what makes you interesting is like that you wouldn't do that, and that's why people will be interested, because everything else online is annoying. And I think it's the same that we talked about actually, which with your previous website or your other idea, which was stop telling, like, and just show up as you are. So like be like show, don't tell. And it's the same with your content. I think you need to show who you are, don't tell who you are. Let people be like, who's this bitch making that stuff? Who is this person? This mysterious, I'm confused. She looks different all over. She has all these different vibes. She does all these things, but make people wonder who you are. Because if you do want to be, what did you say your bio is on Instagram? Like
dormant for 2,000 years.
Yes, exactly. You can lean into that. Put your product first. Put your art first. Make people be like, who's this bitch making it? But I think you need to step into creating for the sake of creating, not in the idea of content. Get rid of that idea, because anyways, what we need online is not more sloppy content. It's something interesting.
Okay, I have to make slop this true to me. Soul searching slop.
Okay, so to boil this down into actionable steps, okay, so that we're not overwhelmed. Number one, you're going to fix Substack links. And the name. You're going to fix website link also. And the, oh yeah, you can do Substack, Patreon, SoundCloud, Etsy. Yeah, okay.
Quiz.
Yeah, add the quiz. Add quiz on website. Fix.
And the drop-down menu for contact form.
Drop-down menu. And fifth is explore, create. and be seen. Whether that's, do you want to pick YouTube? Does that feel more inviting for you since you already have
Well,
that video?
my plan is to finish the 2 YouTube videos that I'm gonna finish something. I've been edging for too long.
Yeah. You've been edging. I think you like to edge,
whole
and maybe you
life
like
is
to edge yourself. Maybe that's what's happening.
I'm
Maybe
edging myself. Yo, my business therapist says I keep edging myself.
No, but you are. Here's the thing. I think
do love
sometimes
edging.
we procrastinate or stall on our like sort of projects because we're scared of what's going to happen on the other side, or we're not sure who we're going to be on the other side. I think sometimes we're sort of like cocooning ourselves on purpose. You know what I mean? There's a bit of fear, uncertainty. You know what happens when you keep doing what you're doing, and it's a little, you know, it's a little scary to shake things up. So, okay, finish the 2 YouTube videos, but also post short versions.
And I feel like the portfolio for my ideas like is the Substack, and that's why like the weekly cadence works. Like I'm gonna do an article about that calendar artifact, and like I think eventually these finished ideas, like the main portfolio is the Substack about it, but then maybe I just am teasing it elsewhere and I don't explain shit. And if you actually want to know about it, you have to go to the Substack.
You know what I would love for the Substack, for the quiz and or Ouroboros calendar? I want it to be like almost like set in story, like, you know, like you're wandering around the apocalypse, like you are confused, lost, whatever. You find this like on the ground.
So
like,
it's
you
kind
know,
of like I'm your Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, but I'm like your fucking internet junkie's guide to consciousness, you know?
Exactly. So like I want to be put in the position of like of this myth that you've been writing more about myths. So like almost write like, you know, but in this like way where it's like where it's speaking to me, the reader. So it's like you've been on a long journey of like exhaustion, like blah blah blah. You are like, you find something in the rubble that says Ouroboros calendar, you you know, and then suddenly I'm like, oh, what is this? And I click, and then I'm like, yo, this is sick. So like, yeah, I think leaning into the story stuff, mythical type of stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, because I feel like that's where your genius stands out, because no one else does that. You
No
know?
one else is seducing you into it. They're just
Exactly.
slopping you into it. Like people want to be edged and seduced.
Exactly. Yeah. So, and that's the other thing, bro. Get creative with these reels, this short content idea. If you chop your video up in 8 thing, write the word edging on top and post it. The same video every day at 8 a.m. scheduled, okay? And just see how it goes. Like, I could say, this is me edging you, or just edging, like, you know, just have fun with it. Be silly, break the mold. That is what people want. We're all sick of the same shit. Pique interest by not following the fucking status quo. So I am going to send you, as usual, an email with a breakdown of your homework tasks. Realistically, is it going to take you 1 or 2 weeks to get those 6 things done?
Let me think for a second. Substack, links, quiz, contact form. So like 1 through 4, like piece of cake done, you know? Finishing the 2 YouTube videos. The first one I can get done in like a day. The second one I've been putting it off for months because I think it is like it's something. I think deep down, like I believe it does have the potential to get a really big audience. People will be like, "Oh my god, like this is fucking dope." And I posted a short about it on Instagram and got like, I think like I let myself down like on Instagram when I post like content of my body. Like everyone's like, I get so much feedback and I get the dopamine and I get addicted to dopamine. And then I post my artwork on Instagram or on TikTok and it like no one cares. And it hurts so fucking bad that like people only care about my body or like being able to sexualize myself. But then I make some fucking dope fucking art. And I don't even think I have a single friend who will even like comment on those posts and like hype me up, and then I'm not like gonna cry because I'm like, that's like, I just feels like putting my art out just fucking sucks.
Yeah, okay, but that's it. I get it. It's the wound. The wound is there. The wound is fucking there. This is, yeah, this is real. This is where the wound is. We found it. This is the business
Chiron.
This
Oh,
is the
you're
therapy. This is, I told you it's fucking
This
therapy.
is therapy.
But
it's like, now I can say it to you, and it's like, you know, and I know if I text you like, oh, I'm posting this, like I know you'll go fucking check it out, and like,
yeah, but this is the thing. So okay, I feel you so hard. That little click that you just had when you said that little wound, that's you who cares. You do care. You do want your art to be seen. You do want your creations to be valued because you know they're valuable. And I know it's hard to believe that other people will see what you see in it. But
it's kind of like it's protecting it by not sharing it.
It's protecting it by not sharing. So that's what this is. That's what the resistance is right now, between that fear of showing up, that sort of like, you know what, I like my art for myself. One day, like, someone will knock on my door and it'll work.
I'll wait till I'm dead. Everyone will like it then, you know?
Exactly. But that little thing, and that, yeah, it's little, but it's so big. I would challenge you from a spiritual perspective to sit with that pain later and let it dissolve the shell that it's created around you, because that's very often what it does. Is it just, we get hurt, and so we develop a shell of like, I only need me, I don't care about anyone's validation, da 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 da. Yeah, I would challenge you, dare you, whatever it is, edge you to go sit with that. Cry, let it dissolve, and bring that softness. We had this breakthrough a couple weeks ago. Bring the fucking softness, because I think when you lean too much in the bad bitch side, when you lean too much into that, it's not fully authentic.
Yeah.
It's close. It's almost like an alter ego, but it's not fully authentic. You do have a soft, sensitive side that is different than what most people perceive as soft and sensitive. And so I wouldn't be so fearful that that's going to be seen, or that that's going to be like, look, you're not going to look weak. Like, the type of sensitive that you are is not weak, you know? It's just conscious of like who you are, what you want. And so, yeah, I'm low-key happy that that came up though, because it's so fucking real. And it's making me think of something I realized recently, which is, I think sometimes we are looking for the validation of those around us because that's how we learn, and like, we're animals. But I'm realizing that, you know what? I think I had this aha the other day, TBD, but right now where I'm at is that I think that our art and what we actually create, that's like our deepest creations, is what's meant to help us, like, I guess, ascend or level up with the people that we're meant to be around, because we weren't born into the right circle. We weren't born into the right community. So I think that whatever it is inside is purposefully trying to get you out of that circle. So it's actually a really good sign if your friends or family are not validating that. But it does mean you have to get the fuck out of those circles and out of those places. You can even create a whole new Instagram. Get those people out of your followers. Create a whole new one. Block them all, or block all of them, and then just keep going and see what it does, because those are not your people. You are being yourself, and by being yourself, you're going to attract the right people. And even if it takes 5 years of you doing that, you know, it's going to feel so much better to just help you remember that that's not who you're looking for, like, for validation. So yeah, that's what came up for me from that. How are you feeling right now?
I mean, I definitely got chills when you were saying that, like, the thing you're protecting is what's supposed to call those people in. Because, yeah, it's like, I mean, that explains, like, the way I feel, the resistance I feel. And it's like, when you're in it, it's hard to differentiate the resistance between something not being aligned versus the resistance you're supposed to, like, work through and integrate. And I think once I gain awareness and my, like, awareness expands, like, it's really it becomes way easier to integrate once you know exactly. Not to mention the mental, but
Yeah.
it's now I have this new layer of awareness and being seen, you know. So it's like
Yes.
taking the bubble day by day, and yeah, I think just like holding my own hand through, like, you know, if I need to like sometimes like I'll want to post something on like a certain astrological day, not because I believe that that astrology will fix it, but it just makes me feel better of like, okay, well, I was intentional about it. So like, you know, do whatever the fuck I need to do to like make it just to do the thing.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I think sometimes we think even of posting too much as like performing for others, but if you can find a way to twist into I'm posting for myself, it's going to come across more authentic. It's going to, you know, like writing notes to yourself or whatever, like that's kind of what it is, or what it can be. It doesn't have to be, but yeah. Okay, wow, what a breakthrough. Love it. I don't I want how should we close this container? Because I feel like things got really, really soft. What's your feeling right now?
I mean, first off, just like thank you again for like, because I felt that being so multifaceted and so multidimensional, it's like I feel like I'm always like a burden for others. Like my Instagram's literally graphic design is my burden. So it's like thank you for like, I don't know, like I've never like felt like I'm like too much for you, which is like really rare for me to feel like I'm
Yeah.
not too much for somebody. So it's like, I don't know. If anyone out there has ever feel like they got that too muchness, it's like I feel you, dog. That
Bring it
shit's
bring it on, bring it on.
bring it
Okay, cool.
on. Yeah, I feel like I can throw up anything onto you.
Yeah, yeah, totally. Okay, good. Well, I feel good. Do you feel good with ending things here? And I'll just email you that list and you can tell me a time frame when you want to book the next call.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And then I don't have to have everything finished on the list before the next call. I can just kind of
Yeah, you can be either halfway, but at least get ahead a little bit. We don't want
Yeah,
to have the same conversation again. We want to go deeper, further.
I think we hang out deeper.
I
I
know
know. I feel like the
you're gonna
next
try to
time,
edge me. That's what's gonna happen. You're gonna try to edge me.
everyone like just wants to get to the answer. I'm like, what if we edged for an hour, 10 days, a year?